that detailed.
Well, let me ask this question. Straightforward, tough question. Why did it go through a handful of years, I mean, a significant period of time, when the homes were not moving so quickly?
So you're talking about kind of the dark period of real estate.
We call it the time of great unpleasantness.
The end of 2008 until what feels like yesterday, but I know it was, probably 2014, 2015. There was a couple of things. There was no new construction, so there was nothing to kind of bring you in to look at anything new. And it seemed like everybody had become so cautious in the market, and they turned away from the bigger home. And so what ends up happening in real estate, and I know a lot of our listeners understand this, there's a principle of momentum. Either have it going for you or it's going out the door. And we went several years where, the club looked like it was going through some financial tough times. I know that firsthand. And so there was a lot of uncertainty around the economy, around the neighborhood, what was going to happen. And so it took a number of years to straighten it out.
But that was everybody, though.
True.
That was not just singled out Glenmore.
It's true.
So like I said, I've got two 20-year running spreadsheets here. So on new construction, so from 2002 to 2007, they were building anywhere between 15 and 20 homes. 2008, 2.
Let me go back to...
And then it held at that number for quite a few years.
Let me hit your question and Jerry's question where it was just a second ago. Glenmore, particularly the first 2 decades, was very friendly to the custom home builder that built 6 homes a year. We had the best builders in Charlottesville, in Glenmore. They all had 1 or 2 homes going. So as a result of that, in the 90s and early 2000s, we would have 20 spec homes going.
I'm literally looking at the stats right now.
Beautiful builders.
Wade, Hauser, some guy named Gaffney.
But Alexander Nicholson, you had Baird Snyder, you had some really good custom builders that would build on
and some Yankee
speculation.
from Brooklyn or something was allowed to build one.
And then, but what happened in 2008 when Dodd-Frank hits, when it wiped out the small builder.
Right.
And so when you think about, Jerry, when you ask the question, who was your primary market that you were selling home sites to? It's the small custom builder. Small custom builder loved Glenmore, and Glenmore loved the small custom builder.
So
it was such a fit, but that market went away.
To your point, 2010, one home that hit the MLS anyway, was built, $1.18 million. Right, one home, it was a custom home, high-end home, it was built. But then now you look at 22, we had 27, 21, 15, 2011, but there was a bit of a stretch there. So
but let me put a little bow on that at the end, Jerry.
Please.
Is one of the things, if you're new to Glenmore or just trying to understand the community, the fact that there are in total probably 40 different builders that have built in there.
Oh, yeah.
There are very few homes that are the same home.
Which is great.
And it adds to the uniqueness, the character, and going back to that Architectural Review Committee, it was kind of the theme that brought it all together.
Well, that's Mr. Kessler's vision, right?
Yes. And so when you drive through there, you get the club, but you get the architecture that's tied together and makes sense. It's individual, but it's different.
Woody Fincham watching the program, fantastic appraiser, Fincham and Associates. We love you, Woody. He says, Glenmore is a solid market. We have valued several of the bigger homes, and they are great to work on. I really believe in this neighborhood. Now we got Buchensky offering a take here. This is the mortgage broker's take, okay?
Come on.
Little bit of bearish here. Okay, here we go. Similar world maybe in the near future. 1, I think rates top out just shy of 8% over the next few months. This is insane. Where did that post go? Hold on one second. I'm going right back to you, Michael Buchensky. He's talking about rates He's talking about how they're getting high, and he's worried slightly about that market, the jumbo market and above. You want to start there, then I'll read the rest of the post?
Let me start there. So I share your concern. We are all trying to kind of figure out where rates are going to go. Mid-sixes is no fun, but it's doable right now. If we get to mid-sevens or higher, I think some alarm bells do go off, but we can talk about that later in the show. But here's the thing I want to say to Mr. Buczynski and any of your other listeners. We have a huge market that wants to come to Charlottesville, and in particular wants to come to Glenmore. And that market starts at about $495 to $95, and so DC, Northern Virginia.
Folks across the street from us.
You take that into New Jersey. New Jersey loves Charlottesville, New York, but I will tell you, the hottest of the hottest of the hot spots for Charlottesville and Glenmore is Connecticut. Everyone in Connecticut wants to move to Charlottesville, and when they come to Glenmore, they feel like they left the neighborhood that they lived in, and so there's this feeling that happens. And so to Mike's point, I get it, but we're not isolated. We're not out in the sticks somewhere. We're Charlottesville, Virginia, home to the University of Virginia, stable employment, and there are so many people that want to move here. Now, will that stop them selling their Connecticut home? That remains to be seen, but that group wants to come. They want to come to Charlottesville, and Glenmore is the perfect place, I feel, for that type of client to come and relocate.
You're